Everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do my project pan update. I actually have a really exciting one. We have some empties in today's video. Who would have thought? Me! Some makeup empties? What? The girl who cannot finish makeup to save her life? She has some empties. So we've got some empties, we got some roll-ins, and we have some good progress and some numbers to share with you in today's video. So let's get into it. So as always, I like to go into the items that I used the least this last month. One of them is an empty. It is my Huda Beauty Glowish powder. This one has been through it, but she is finally done. I only used her 2 more times and then I was able to finish whatever product was left. I mean, this is just not even there. This is like stained at this point. So she is done. For the uses that I was able to track throughout my notebook and this year and whatnot, I have calculated that I used it 144 times, but I know I used it more. It's just that's how much I've been able to like track. So yeah, she's done and I'm very, very happy to have this one as an empty. I have spoken about this already in my beauty bank, I believe. If you didn't catch that video, that one is officially done. And I only used 2 more times and then I was done. Another one that I only used 2 more times is my Puritos BB cream. This one is the Stick Clearing BB cream and I have the neutral ivory shade. I do like this product, but I think I ended up getting bored and sick of it, quite honestly. This one, again, I used 2 more times this month and then I officially called it done, like I couldn't get any more out. And from what I could track, I used this 48 times, but I know I've had this for years and I know that I used it without tracking it. So like my tracking is like I've only just started tracking my makeup and I did have some items in project pans before, but then if they weren't in project pans, I used them several times and I wouldn't have tracked it. So my numbers are going to be like what they are. They're not going to be exact, but hopefully in a year from now, they will be pretty accurate. But for what I can track, I used her 48 times and then I was able to call her done. So yeah, that is another little empty that I have. Again, that's not a spoiler because I think I spoke about that in my beauty bank. All right, moving on. I actually didn't end up going into my ABH bronzer very much at all. So this one is one that I like to roll in for the summer. And I only rolled it in last month, but I only used it 7 times. I mean, I already had the pan and I don't know, there's just something about it where I haven't really wanted to wear too many cream items, even though it's summer and that's probably the time that you're supposed to. I don't know, maybe that's wrong. I've been wanting to wear more powder because I'm just sweating so much. So I don't know. And also, like I've always known about this product, but it is just so warm and yellow and like almost like clay yellow on my skin, but not yellow, but you know, like browny yellow. And I know it's the wrong shade for me, but it's the only one that I have. And I do like the formula, I really do. I can make it work, but I can only make it work on the days where I want to be exceptionally bronzy. Like I could have worn it today and it would have worked fine because I have a warm look, a warm lip on and everything like that, but I just ended up not. I used something else. So this one I only, used 7 times this month. It's only going to be in the project probably up until September and then I'll roll it out anyway. So it's not an item that I'm desperate to finish in this project pan at this point right now. There's nothing wrong with it. I know it's a cream item, but for me, it hasn't gone bad. I don't see it going bad. And so as long as I'm happy with it and it doesn't break me out, I think it's fine to use as and when I want to use it, and I haven't wanted to obviously use it too much this last month. So we'll see if that picks up in August. I don't really know, but yeah, only 7 times. It's just so I don't neglect it from my collection. You know what I mean? So I really can't use it in the winter. So now is the time to use it. And if I end up realizing that I don't really want to use it, maybe I'll declutter it. I don't really know, but anyway, we'll see. But that one, obviously I have a pan, I've used it a bunch. My total uses that I have tracked for that item is 51 uses, which, come on, it is so deep and dense in there. There is no way I've used this only 51 times. So again, this one doesn't account for all the times that I've used this because I've probably doubled or maybe tripled that amount in terms of how many times I've used it. But in terms of like tracking it, that's what I have written down. So we gotta take it with a pinch of salt. Okay, one that I actually forgot to mention, I've only used it 5 times, is my little cream highlighter from Natasha Denona. This is depotted into a Nabla compact. And yeah, like I said, I've used it 5 times, but look, I got a little bitty pen again. I think I'm going to be able to finish this. I do. I think that unlike the depotted highlighter, that's a powder that I depotted from the beach, Cosmetics Belgian Waffles, I think that one's going to take me quite a long time. I think this one, there's not as much product left, and I find it easier to use. Like, I have it on today. It's really, really pretty. I think I could have used it a lot more. I think I just forgot about it, quite simply, because I've got my Project 10 uses now. I'm using more items every month. So I'm just trying to sort of spread the love as much as possible and not hone in on just one item. I have tracked I've only used this 5 times. Obviously, that is a complete lie. I just don't have the information of how many times I used the actual tan palette from Natasha Denona that this is depotted from. So, you know, 5 times, that's how much I've done. Okay, then I have I have quite a few that I've used 9 times. So let's start with my Gloss Gods primer. This is the Secret Potion Priming Lotion. And this one, used it 9 times this month for a total of 18 uses since I've been tracking it. But of course, I have used this more than 18 times since I've had the product. And I think we only have maybe 1 more month left, and this will be done. Had I used this a lot more, it would have been done, but I have been using some other primers, and I'm happy just to go at my own pace at this point. I'm not in a rush to finish some of these items, so I'm just enjoying them while I have them. And then, yeah, I think, I don't know, could I stretch this out to September? I probably could, knowing me, but we'll see, right? It would be nice to have another empty next month, but I'm not rushing myself. Only used it another 9 times, so yeah, 18 times in total that I've tracked. Okay, then I've also gone into my Beauty Bay lipstick. This is the shade T. They no longer have these types of lipsticks, I don't believe. Maybe they reformulated into something else, like they keep rebranding, so I don't really know. But this is old, and this one I've also used 9 times since last month. This is what we look like. I feel like she's changed. I feel like she's changed a whole big amount. She is flat now, she is pudgy, and she is short. And, you know, those are all lovely, cute things. And I think we're done. I think we're almost there. I actually have hope now that I can finish this. When I rolled it in, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to finish a lip product. I just don't wear the same lip products all the time. But I have been wearing this. For me, that's been a lot, but it's only 9 times. For me, that's a lot. That's a lot. That I've sacrificed other lip products to wear this. That's what that means. And that doesn't mean like if I had to reapply it throughout the day as well. That's just like 9 different days that I've worn this. So I'm really pleased of where this is at. In total of what I've been able to track, I've used this 54 times. There's no way I've got to that after 54 days, but maybe, I don't know. How fast is it to finish a lipstick? I don't think so. I've had this for years, so no way, but I'm really happy because I actually think now I can finish it before the end of the year, and I really didn't think I could, and I've been able to convince myself now that I can. So hopefully you see the vision and you see what I see, but maybe it looks exactly the same as last month. I don't really know. But I feel like I don't know, I'm feeling super satisfied with where I am, and I'm excited about that one. Okay, then I have 2 items that pretty much have the exact same stats because I've used them the same amount of time. So I did roll these 2 in last month to use as my base, and I've only used these 9 times each. I could have used these more, but I've been really enjoying some of the foundation that I rolled into my Project 10 uses. And again, I'm just like splitting my time, and I feel like I'm not in a complete rush to finish these, even though I know I like combining these 2 together. So I've got the Glam Shop Face Beautifier, and this is the shade Olive Zero. Maybe I'm an olive, I don't really know. This is super pale and doesn't have a lot of coverage. It's not super pale, but it's somewhat pale. It doesn't have any coverage though. This one does, the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hours Skin Tint. And for a skin tint, I feel like this does have quite a decent amount of coverage. I wouldn't consider this a skin tint compared to some other skin tints that I have. I would consider this just like quite a really nice dewy liquid foundation, quite honestly, because you can't, like, it really does have quite a bit of coverage. Anyway, this one is a little too deep, and then so I mixed the two together, and I've used them both 9 times each this month for total uses of 29 uses each, because I did have these into my project pan last year and I used them the same amount of times. Now I have used this one separately on its own when I first bought it, because I did a full face of Glam Shop, and obviously I don't have the numbers for that, and obviously I used it other times maybe throughout like my shop, my stashes. I haven't got all those numbers. And same for this, I've used this more than just with this, but for the purpose of how I'm tracking it now, I've used them both 29 times each. And it's really annoying because I forgot to like lay them down so that they could settle, because they've been like lying flat. But there is a little bit of windowing. I think I'm pretty much here. Like that's kind of where I was last time. Only used it 9 more times. So I don't think, I mean, this one's super liquidy, so you don't even have any windows, so I'm shaking around. I can't really show you what these look like, but believe me, they are pretty down here. And this one, actually, there's probably hardly any left. This one is a heavier bottle, so feels like there's more left. I would say they're about the same, honestly. And so maybe I could get them done by the end of the summer. That is the goal. But again, if I don't, I don't. But that is the goal. And then one other item that I've used 9 times, which is also an empty. I've finally done it. It is my Revlon Candid. I finished it. Okay, so I have tracked, I used this item 138 times. I've used it more than that, but that's how much I've tracked. Like that's still a lot, but I definitely have used it more than that because I just have. I've had this for so long, and I finally have finished it. Like she's done. She's done, stopper's out. It just got so dry. I couldn't, like, there wasn't enough to blend into my skin. I was like, okay, she's done. She's finally done. So I rolled this into my project pan at the end of last year thinking I only have like a couple months on this item. It took me like more than half a year to finish this. At the point that I thought I was almost done with it, you know? So it was just definitely an item that just felt light as a feather, but the products never stopped coming out of it. And now it's done. I'm really super happy. And that is my 3rd empty for this last month. So I'm so excited about that one. If you know, you know, like it's just been taking a long time. Okay, then we have my Kiko Milano blush. This is the Tuscan Iris blush. This is discontinued, but my goal is to hit pan in this. I use this 11 more times this month. Do you think I've hit pan? Do you think so? Do you think I have a pan? No, I do not have a pan. There is no cheeky little pan in this yet. She's very thin though. Like, I do think it's going to happen. I just don't know when. Again, I have this on my face today. From what I've been able to track, I've used it 113 times. So yeah, we probably have a ways to go because blush can take forever, right? But I do think I'm close to it because I feel like it's very thin here, and that's where I have my brush all the time. So I don't know, we'll see. It might look exactly the same as it did last time. It will look exactly the same until I have the pan, and then we'll see, wow, okay, I'm really close. But up until then, it's going to look the same. It just is. I really like this blush though. I think it's really pretty. I love the gradient aspect of it. I do go in the middle, but you can obviously go one side or the other. But I just go in the middle, and I think it works out for me for a really nice blush. So I think I chose a good blush for me to use pretty much throughout the year. I haven't had any issues with this not working now that I have a little bit more of a tan. I think it still works beautifully as it did in the winter, maybe even a little bit better, to be honest, because it's a little bit more warm tone. So yeah, I love it still. I just really want to see the pan. I want to see the pan, but we're not there yet. So yeah, there's no pan in that one. And then the item that I used the most is actually an item that I didn't use at all last month. So this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I've ended up using this one 21 times this month, which makes sense because obviously I used the Candid a bunch of times and then I had to use this one, right? Now, the thing is, this is so white. This is fair rose, but like look at my skin right now. Like this is too pale for me right now. So as much as I really want to finish this, and it's old and there is windowing and I think I think this is the wrong time of year to work on this, because it's almost like as soon as I put it on my face and I blend it out, there's no point of me having done anything else. Like I have to start from zero. I have to re-add my foundation, maybe re-add some bronzer if I've done bronzer, because it just makes me so ghostly white. I like a lightening concealer, but this is too much for what I look like right now, right? I think this will work in the winter time and I need to finish it in the winter time. But I think right now, even though I've used it 21 times, every time I use it, it's been a struggle. And it's fine, but like, why am I trying to finish this now? I think I should probably, I'm gonna roll this out. I'm gonna roll in a different concealer, and once I finish with the one that I'm gonna roll in, I'll try to work on this over the winter time. I think that just makes the most sense. So even though I'm using it a lot, I don't wanna hate pan it, and it's actually quite difficult for me to use right now. It just is, it doesn't make any sense. So I have used this a total, since I've been tracking it, 24 times, which is not a lot. But yeah, that one I'm rolling out. Okay, so in terms of what I'm rolling in, we have the Nabla Close-Up concealer that I'm rolling in. This is a light ivory. Now, I don't think anything is as pale as the e.l.f. one. Like, you can see the difference. Hopefully you can see the difference. I can see the difference. It's a little bit more neutral. This is just a little bit, it has a little bit more like of a rosy tint to it. This is more doable for me. It's a little bit less light, and I feel like let's just try to finish this first. This is a concealer that I really do like, but it also is getting a little bit older. So let's just work on it. I'm actually getting to the point where I don't have too many concealers left, to be honest, to work on. But I thought, you know what, let's just roll this one in and be done with it. So we're gonna roll this one in to replace the e.l.f. It just makes more sense. It's just more neutral. It's more neutral. This one is just more white. Maybe you won't even spot the difference. I see the difference. But anyway, so yeah, we're rolling in the Nabla, and we're also rolling in another Nabla item. I had this rolled into my Project 10 Uses in my Shop My Stash last month, and I was able to hit pan in it, and I would like to finish it now. So I'm gonna be rolling in my Smoothing Pressed Powder from Nabla. This is also in the Close-Up range, and this is what we're starting with, right? So it already has quite a nice pan, and that's only from using it like 10 times, right? So I think it'll be fun to just see how long this is going to take to finish. I've almost already finished one of these before. This is actually a repurchased item of mine because I really like this powder. I don't know if what they sell right now is the exact copy of this one. I would hope so, because I think it's a good powder. But yeah, I think I'm ready to finish this one up. So we're going to be rolling this one in to finish. All right, that is my project pan. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I think it was a pretty good month. It was bound to happen that I was finally gonna finish the Candid. It just happened to happen this month. So I'm very, very happy. For next month, well, actually, maybe I could have this one done. So I might have an empty for next month. Maybe I'll have a cheeky pan in my blush. Maybe, I don't really know. I think also if I get some more use out of the Natasha Denona Highlighter, that would be fun. I'm gonna have to just see what I get up to with my ABH cream bronzer, because if I go another month and I really don't feel like I wanna wear this, this is the only time of the year that I can wear this, and if I don't want to wear it, then maybe I've outgrown this and I have better items, because I have been using some other items that I've obviously been enjoying and just using over this. So that happens again. I never thought that I would end up decluttering this, but maybe I would. I don't know. I'm kind of of the feeling that maybe I have outgrown it and I don't particularly need it yet. I don't know. Maybe I don't need it, but we'll see. We're not there yet. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.